We've got some potentially distressing news about the Wolf of Wall Street.
Telltale Games' next game, The Wolf Among Us, is coming out.
I don't like all this news about wolves. They're just too spooky.
Today is Friday, October 11th, 2013. Welcome to Pretty Much It, gentlemen. How's it going?
It's going all right. I'm having kind of like this horrible crushing anxiety because we're so far apart. Like it's like I can feel you guys but you're not there, and it's just my life is just spiraling out of control.
I am really a
big
fan of this podcast. I'm thanks for having me.
You're not a guest, Jake.
You're a host.
I'm a host?
Before we begin, check out the link in the info to go to Nyctophobia Haunt on Facebook. It is my haunted house that these guys are a part of as well. It's starting this weekend, and in case anyone hasn't caught on yet, as we've said a few times, we're in PMI 2.999 because we're super busy. We're doing that. I moved. There's a lot of stuff going on, but things should start to sort of pick back up a little bit, and that includes reviews. Hopefully this weekend there will be a review of Captain Phillips and of the new Panic at the Disco album, and we should be getting back on track. So let's get into this week's news, and I will warn you once again, now this is good for PMI 2.999 because we're covering lame news as it is, but there's some pretty lame news this week, I will say that.
Keep watching, folks. Just keep watching, though.
Keep watching. We've got Fantastic Four, another kind of short list of actors, and the reason that this is lame is because we've done this already, and like they're not confirmed, so it's like...
Well, we're going to talk about it anyway.
We're going to talk about them, because these people, I mean, they're not confirmed to be playing the character, but they're confirmed to be on the short list. That's what matters here. So we still, apparently, Human Torch...
Is Peter Dinklage on the short list?
No Peter Dinklage.
Sorry.
I see what you did
there.
But he will be coming up in a few minutes.
Sorry.
What we do have, though, is Michael B. Jordan, still in talks for Human Torch.
Yeah.
So that's...
I remember liking that idea, Black Human Torch.
I mean, I'm fine with, he's a great actor. Yeah. So that would be almost maybe too high caliber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People call us being racist. I remember people in the PMI comments saying, no, he can't be black because,
yeah, of course
they have to make his sister black.
Yeah, well, so now let's move on to Invisible Woman.
Oh, my God.
We've got
Rihanna.
Saoirse Ronan. Again, I hope I'm getting that right. Who is very young, by the way, relative to the character, apparently. Kate Mara.
Never say her name right.
Who is Rooney Mara's sister, I think. I recognize the face. And then
beautiful.
Margot Robbie, I don't know. I don't think I know her. But that's Invisible Woman shortlist.
Marco Rubio?
Right, yes. Now, I would say out of those, from face alone, I would say Kate Mara fits the best in my opinion, but that's me.
I wonder who will play Mr. Doomsley, Mr. Bad Guy, Evil Fist.
We don't have anything for that yet, but we do also have Mr. Fantastic. The shortlist for that is Kit Harington, Jack O'Connell, and Miles Teller. The only one that I recognize of the names of is Miles Teller.
I don't recognize any of that.
I've never heard of any of them.
Well, Miles Teller won me over in Spectacular Now. He was the one that I did not like at all in 21 and Over, but he was really good.
Oh, that guy, yeah. No, not a very... No. Unless this is like Teen Titans Fantastic Four.
It seems to be.
I think that's two different companies, Jake. Yeah.
Well, I get what he's saying. It's Baby Looney Tunes.
Baby Looney Tunes, the movie starring the Fantastic Four, and then the Muppet Baby show.
Oh, I was gonna say Muppet Babies and their freakish mother who is just legs.
I wasn't on that Muppet Babies grind. I was on that Looney Tunes Babies grind.
Yeah, but Muppet Babies was way better, and you know it.
Next up, we've got some news about wolves. This is the first one about wolves. Mike, don't be afraid.
I got over my fear of wolves a long time ago. After the accident.
After Earth.
Well, speaking of After Earth, Martin Scorsese, speaking of great films and great filmmakers, we have The Wolf of Wall Street.
Very cool bridge you just made there.
Hey, man, Jeff Bridges,
Hey,
Wolf of Wall Street is apparently 3 hours long right now, and that is a no-no for the movie theaters. They would do it. They've done it,
Why?
With Titanic and stuff like that.
The hibbity who?
Apparently, they would rather it be 2 hours. Which is understandable, I would say. I get that. But what they need to do is cut it from 3 hours to 2 hours, which is...
They're going to cut a whole hour?
Yeah, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it was originally supposed to be coming out in November, but that's obviously not going to happen at this point. What might happen, though, is potentially by Christmas, they said, which would put it in the running for, Oscar season. I'm sure that that's what they want. Not that I don't know anything about it in terms of Oscars, but, that's usually you hope to have your movie come out by the end of the year for that. So, I don't know, man, a full hour?
That's a shame.
That's crazy.
Honestly, yeah, because, no, because at first they seemed... I guess initially they were into 3 hours, and then what made them decide, no, we gotta cut it down?
I think it's more so that, it's Martin Scorsese, you know what I mean? So they didn't say, it's got to be this long, and it ended up being 3 hours, and then they said that we got to get it down to 2.
His movies are usually over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right, that's what's weird about it.
But I don't want to watch 3 hours of people having a better life than me. I really don't want to.
You just open up the window for that, right?
Yeah.
If the hour they cut is actually just filler bullshit, then that's
but then it's what the hell, Scorsese?
It does seem like the movie has the big long party scenes, which I could do less of because once again I don't need to see the 1% living better than me.
Because I'm not the 1%.
No, I'm not the 99%, but I'm not the 1%. I am.
I just don't want to see.
I ran out of numbers.
I don't want to see happiness.
Well, all I know is that I would assume they're going to try to get it out there by Christmas because it's Scorsese, it's Leo DiCaprio. It looks like the type of movie that they would want to potentially be in an Oscar campaign.
Right up there with The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, well, no, not at all because they pushed it off.
Yeah.
So the opposite of Great Gatsby.
Also, I was joking. I was making a joke.
I was going to say, Jake, you're such a prankster and a goon, and we love you here. I'm pretty much it.
I'm just bringing this to a screeching halt every fucking time I can. Oh, sorry.
Speaking of leprechauns, we've got a story about Peter Dinklage this week. Huh?
I love them.
Leprechauns?
They're my favorite of the mythical folk.
Well, guess what? Peter Dinklage is going to be playing one in an R-rated leprechaun comedy.
Yes, and you know what I think is really cool about this? It sounds like Bad Santa.
It's supposed to be apparently, kind of in the vein of a Bad Santa type of thing because he goes around telling people that he's a real leprechaun, I guess.
Yeah, but he's kind of just
apparently the writer wrote a movie called Bad Words where Jason Bateman is in a spelling bee with kids or something, and people said that it felt like a Bad Santa type of movie, so it's the same writer. So I don't know.
I think this movie would not have even gotten past the screenwriting stage if it weren't for Peter Dinklage.
They probably wrote it with him in mind.
I'm sure they did. That's right. I think that's what Mike is saying. I'm sure that's got to be what they did because
I love the little guy. He's amazing. I don't know, but a leprechaun?
He's good in comedy though. He could be funny.
He played an elf in Elf.
I know. I don't know.
You know what excites me the most?
I'm guessing if he took this role, then he knows that there must be something to it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I feel like he's doing very well. He doesn't need to take stupid roles and stuff,
No, he does good shit. I am pretty pumped though, because it doesn't have a title yet, but what's been going around is Asshole Leprechaun, and I think that's funny.
Asshole Leprechaun, the film.
And that's the title. I'm down with that. I'm down with the Asshole Leprechaun.
All right.
Speaking of assholes, guess what? Did you see that video of that asshole who spilled that drink on that girl in that coffee shop? What an asshole. And then she proceeded to throw him against the wall and ruin the coffee shop. You see that shit? That was so cool.
Cool.
It's marketing for Carrie. Not that anybody didn't know. It said it right at the start. It wasn't trying to fool you. But did you guys see this?
Can you say asshole one more time?
No.
Imagine seeing that in real life.
I honestly...
People looked like they were
Yeah, I'm watching their reactions, and they're I don't know what I would do. Because, my first thought would be, if for a split second it would be what the hell? I'd probably very quickly realize, just because this is the type of stuff I'm into, that it was a setup.
What if someone opened fire?
Well, if you were, just someone there, one of those people who may not be, into this type of stuff and may not immediately think, oh, it's got to be a setup,
they might lose their mind.
But they looked terrified, legitimately.
Yeah.
I would love to see. I thought the whole thing was incredible. I actually think this is probably gonna be better than the movie itself.
It is.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
We shot those. We fired those shots a long time ago. But
Hey, that movie shot itself.
Yeah, it shot itself in the head. But I would love to see like the uncut shots. You know what I mean? Like I'd love to see each person's uncut footage, like the guy with the pole. I'd love to just see like what happens from start to finish with that guy.
What happened to
they
the
didn't
pole?
show reactions. What the hell? I want to see reactions.
There could be the unfortunate reality that this is all mumbo jumbo.
What do you mean?
Fake.
Oh no, definitely not. You could tell that was real. Those people, if they were not acting, the people that were scared, I never for a second thought they were acting. But what I want to see is like the full. I just want to see the raw footage.
See, now this type of marketing is awesome. I wish video games could get this right, because every time video games do it, it's like one time, like I don't remember what game it was for, but like someone walked into a coffee shop similar to this one and like took a hostage with a gun for like Splinter Cell, and like people like lost their minds and called
that would work today.
This was when, last month, or was it pre 9/11 or post 9/11?
No, it was like a couple of years ago. And then there was another thing. It was like a market square, and like they set off a fake bomb, and like people like for like a game, and people like freaked out.
Is this real, or is this something that you just dreamed
these are
about?
real. These are all like bad video game guerrilla marketing ideas gone really bad.
How not to market your video game? Step 1: no bombs.
Yeah, it's like every time.
Yeah, don't set off a bomb at a candle shop now.
Every time they accidentally call like the real SWAT team, like every time someone tries to market a video game, it's awful.
Well, we're talking about it.
I don't think any of that is real, to be honest,
It
Jake.
is-
I
it
think
is
you're
real.
you're pulling our legs.
I will link you later on. I will link you.
All right,
so
Jake, you'll link.
Good. And speaking of links, links are for internet nerds, am I right? Speaking of internet nerds, what?
Yes,
Computers?
yes. Screw
What's a
those
computer? What a
nerds.
nerd. Guess who made computers? Steve Jobs.
He made all of them, every single one.
We got Steve Wozniak and a couple of other guys that were from Apple the early days on John Vink's podcast. It's kind of like a little web show that he does, discussing the inaccuracies in the Ashton Kutcher Steve Jobs movie for 2 hours. It is fantastic.
I want to watch.
You got to click the link in the info to check it out. Did either of you guys see this?
I did not,
No, but I also didn't see Jobs, so.
Well, Jake, did you see Jobs?
Yeah, we saw it together. No, we didn't.
No, we did not. That's why I asked.
I did see
You're
it.
going
It
to.
was kind of just whatever, and it got some things very wrong.
Well, it's very interesting to hear from Steve Wozniak and the rest of them, because they all knew him. And so they were like, yeah, this they got right, this they got very wrong, this was very wrong, this was right. I thought it was really, really interesting. For 2 hours, you get to hear them talk about the formation of Apple. It's not just about Steve Jobs, but the formation of Apple. It's very, very interesting.
It would be nice to hear it, because, I mean, now all we really have is the book.
No, we don't. There's a ton of first-hand accounts.
No, because everybody's dead.
It's lost in time. Like the Dead Sea Scrolls.
That's the whole point of what this was.
Yeah. Well,
Watch it, Jake. Watch it.
Dead, so.
I promise you'll be better for it. You'll be a better person.
I will, because,
Because Jobs.
There's always room for improvement.
Speaking of room for improvement, guess what? We've got some TV news about Breaking Bad.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Home Improvement.
Yes, again. I feel like now that Breaking Bad is over, I feel like we're going to have news about it every single week.
Okay.
Now, we're not going to talk about the fact that there is an opera in the works, but that's a thing. What we're going to talk about is, did you guys hear what Jeffrey Katzenberg was offering them?
Yeah.
Who is this and what?
Okay, Jeffrey Katzenberg, current CEO of DreamWorks, he is such a huge fan of Breaking Bad, and also a huge fan of making money, that he offered, or was going to offer something. I think he actually put the offer out there. He offered the makers of Breaking Bad $75 million. Now, keep in mind, they got like $3.5 million per episode or something like that. $75 million for 3 more episodes of Breaking Bad. This was before it was like the end of the show. It was like halfway through, so he didn't know where it was going. But 3 more episodes. He wanted to, over the course of a month, every day for a month, release, I think, 6 or 9 minutes online, and you had to pay maybe like $1 per day to watch it.
Like a bonus episode?
Like, 3 more episodes of the show, and that's how you watch them. It's like pay-per-view, kind of.
Interesting.
Obviously didn't happen.
No,
but I don't know. The thing
cool,
is, like, yeah. Well, first thought is like, no, that's lame. But then second thought is like, but I miss Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
also
but
cool
then the third thought is Breaking Bad is just it's so perfect that it's one of those shows that knew when to stop. Like it's not dragging
Right.
on.
So as much as we want more, it's better that it ended.
It's just it's took
That
him,
being
took him
said,
behind the shed.
it's so cool that there's like a big CEO guy that like loves shit so much that he's like, I'll give you money to do more of it. Come on, man! Like, why isn't anyone doing that for Cat Dog? I mean,
why isn't there a billionaire out there?
All right, you know what?
New season of Cat Dog.
I gotta say, you know what we're gonna think about over the commercial break?
What?
That?
How Cat Dog pooped. We'll be right back.
Well, we've been through this. They like regurgitate.
We've been through this.
What the other side, we as children, they regurgitate. Like if the dog eats something, the cat like throws it up not immediately, but that'd be like the human centipede.
Oh,
but,
so
like,
they don't create their own waste?
No, they do, but they throw it up out of the other mouth.
Boy, that's got to be one hell of a digestive system. Welcome back to Pretty Much It. Guess what? We gotta talk video games now.
I've been drawing this just in case I had to use it.
What is that?
But stop and start because we got to talk video games. Hit me.
Yeah. So, video game news. The first thing we have is Assassin's Creed 4 DLC. Of course it's going to have it. Of course it's going to have a season pass because video games. The cool thing about it is that there is DLC you get to play as like Adewale, like this cool slave guy that is friends with the main character, and you get to play as him being a slave and killing slavers and stuff and getting freedom, apparently. So that's cool.
Now, I remember you not being a big fan of the main story of Pirates of the Caribbean 4. And do you think this DLC is promising?
Yeah, I mean, the track record for Assassin's Creed DLC is alright. So I'm not expecting like things above and beyond for this.
Mediocre
but I am
at
looking
best.
forward to the game. Yeah, probably. But I am looking forward to the game as a whole because pirates. And now it's cool because it's pirates and slaves. And what's better than pirates and slaves?
It's just like peas and mashed potatoes.
You know what? No, you know what's better than pirates and slaves?
What?
A new Pokemon.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about this. Yes, the new Pokemon X and Y is coming out this weekend, and
people are excited, I guess.
I pooped.
This weekend? Why not Tuesday?
Because Nintendo's weird.
That's right. It's Nintendo. Yep.
I will be hitting that shit up. But
is that gonna be your official review? When you go and pick it up at the store with all the children there, are you just gonna say, "I'm hitting this shit up"?
No, I'm gonna be downloading it digitally. So I'm gonna be sitting at home with my Wi-Fi, saying it to my Game Boy as a 22-year-old man. I'm hitting this shit up. Just alone. There's going to be an event later in the month with one of the main creators of like the Pokemon series, and the press release for the event is talking about how he's going to be talking about a new Pokemon game that he's been working on, specifically involving Pikachu, and apparently it's going to be like a revamp for like the Pikachu character because apparently people are losing interest in him. Personally,
no.
They're saying that, and there's also like rumblings that he's going to get like a major like overhaul to his look. So like I'm wondering like what. I hope they make him like really fat. Like
I hope they thin him down and he's really skinny.
Oh my god!
What purpose would that serve for him to be fatter?
I hope they make him blue.
I just pictured like you know the commercials for the what are they called? The Kia Soul, those like square cars with the dancing hamsters, right?
The skinny
and
ones.
Then all of a sudden they make them skinny and they just look like
ew, so creepy.
People. There's like people with hamster heads. That's what
Pikachu's gonna be. It's gonna be a human body and a Pikachu head.
Yeah, in a tuxedo.
It's gonna be like a biped, like he stands on two legs. Like
the body of a human baby.
And it's just gonna
the size of an adult male.
It's gonna be the voices. The new voice is gonna be like Pikachu. Hey,
Brooklyn.
Pikachu. Yeah, you're gonna be like, hey, Pikachu.
A Brooklyn accent.
Hey, Pikachu. What do you want from me, Pikachu?
Oh my
god. And also,
god.
yeah, it just says its name, but in between it also says little insults like, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Yeah.
Pikachu.
Hey, say hi to your mother, Pikachu.
Fuck you.
I think it's a bold new direction, but I'm ready. I'm excited for it.
It's One Direction, that's for sure. Speaking of wolves, which we opened the show with, sorry if you guys got scared. We're going to talk about The Wolf Among
No
Us.
apologies for that, Jake.
No.
The Wolf Among Us. Do tell. Do tell.
This is the creator of the Walking Dead game, the good one, Telltale Games. This is their new game, and it's based.
Oh, I read about this.
It's based on the very awesome Fable graphic novel series. I don't know if you guys read it, but it's pretty sweet. I read
Aesop's
most
Fables?
of them. No, not at all. Well, no, not really. Not at all. Well, no, not at all.
Tell
Are
me
there like
more.
Aesop's cookies? Oh no, I'm thinking of famous Amos cookies. Never mind. Sorry.
It's really cool. It's like if fairy tales and stuff lived in New York City, kind of basically. Like
I thought it was like you kind of play like a detective.
Yes,
like
you're a detective, right? But he's technically the big bad wolf.
We talked about this once before, did we not?
Yeah.
Probably.
Sounds familiar.
Well, it's coming. Well, the first episode, it's like Walking Dead. Like episodes are gonna release for $5. The first episode comes out this Friday, next week for PS3. But most people this Friday, and that's awesome because it looks really good. I've heard.
I believe that was my game of the year last year, right?
Oh, The Walking Bread. Yeah, I put it on my
Bread.
list. I think I did put it on my list.
The Wonder Bread.
So I'm really
The
hoping.
wonderful, wonderful Walking Bread.
So, I think if they keep with how The Walking Dead was, I think this is going to be awesome. I'm totally into this. And I hope that, the people that hopped on with this from The Walking Dead, I hope they check this out, because they should.
Let's talk about the poll, boys?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I thought
Last
that's
week's
where we were
poll
gonna
question was, what's your favorite pizza topping? Very important
A question very near and dear to my heart.
Well, guess what? Third place was Jake.
Oh, you guys.
What does Jake taste like?
I don't taste very good.
Is it
I'll never
spicy?
tell.
I
I'll
taste
never
like
tell.
I taste like iced tea, beer, and General Tso's chicken
And pizza.
and pizza. Clearly, because I
like
eat it
extra
every
pizza
day.
flavor.
Yeah. Yep.
That
yep.
sounds delicious.
So,
In
your favorite
second place, we have pepperoni. How do you feel about that, Jake?
That's excellent because that's something I go for. It's a classic. You know
what?
gotta
I
get
never
it
liked pepperoni on my pizza.
Oh well. No, that's all right. That's fine. Like I mean, everyone has like.
He let it all out. In first place, I would say the most interesting choice, Bryan Cranston.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be pineapple, but
I mean, they're one and the same, no? Same flavor.
That's actually just street slang for the act of putting methamphetamines in your pizza.
Is that right?
It is. It's
That's
a magic, soul-expanding experience. You will walk away a different person.
Huh.
Famed
You learn
chef-
something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
Famed chef Mario Batali actually came up with that a couple of years ago. I remember that. That was like a big deal, putting the meth, specifically blue meth, on your pizza.
Wow.
It's great. Yeah.
Wow.
It isn't bad. What is your
learn something
guys'
new every day?
Well, what is your guys' favorite pizza toppings? Mike, go.
I like any topping that's not pepperoni. Honestly,
Wow.
I'll take a pizza with peppers, onions, whatever.
What about asshole?
I'll take some asshole pizza.
Good, 'cause
Yeah.
that's my number one flavor.
Goat,
right.
severed goat asshole on my pizza. Has to be goat. Has to be.
Goat's pretty good. I mean, like you go to a Mediterranean place.
Sometimes I go, no, this is a chicken asshole. No
It
skipping out on.
simply will not do. So that was last week's poll question. This week's poll question is, with a new Pikachu in the works, a revamped Pikachu, kind of like the revamped Carrie. What
Just like
would
her.
you like
It's
to
a dark
see?
Chloe Mortez.
What would you like to see Mortez featured in the new Pikachu? What features would you like Pikachu to have? Let us know by clicking the link in the info to go to facebook.com/prettymuchit and vote in the poll, and we will construct this Pikachu from your own nightmares next week.
I just want him to have a gun.
And that about wraps it up for this week's episode of Pretty Much It, but we're not done talking. We're going to talk about trailers, like the
Right.
Godzilla 2014 trailer that leaked. Everyone wants to know what we thought of it. Ooh, our opinions are very important. Click the link in the info to go over there and check that out in playlist form. But for now, for PMI...
Is that it? Is it over? Are you going to say the
No,
catchphrase?
no, that's not it. That's...
Wait, no, it's not yet. I'm gonna be at Comic-Con on Saturday, so if you guys see me, I'm not giving out T-shirts. I'm not taking pictures. I'm not saying hi to anyone.
You're not taking pictures?
Just look at me and move on.
And that's pretty much it.
What an ass.